Demo, I'm going to show SnapCode's mouse and keyboard sensing features, as well as some pen features. So with SnapCode launched, I'll go ahead and say New Project, and I'll type in my project, and I'm going to make it a Snap Studio application and click OK, and then I'm going to open this new project. So this brings up a new empty project with a project file, and also an empty scene with our scene Java file. And I'll start out just by adding a new actor, and I'll choose Duke, and click OK, and I'll position Duke in the screen here. And then I'll go to the code for Duke, the Java file, and we see it's currently empty. And so I'll just go ahead and drag in a couple of methods here. Well, I'll start with a if block, and I'll go back to methods, and I'll say if the mouse is pressed, so while the mouse is pressed, it will do a move by and a turn by, and I'll make the move 20, and so this will essentially have it walk around in a circle every time I hold the mouse down. So I click run, and here's my app, and when I hold the mouse down, Duke just spins around in a circle. So similarly, I'll go back to the project file and I'll add a new actor, and this time I'll add the car, and I'll position the car down at the bottom here, and I'll go to the code for the car. And so for the car, I'll go ahead and add a couple of conditionals. And the first one, I want to say if a key is pressed, and I'll have the right key. And then for the next one, I'll say if the key is pressed, and I'll choose the left key. Then I want to move forward for the right key, so move by 10. And then for the left one, I want to move by -10. And so again, just with these two simple conditionals and key sensing methods, I'll click run. And so now when I do the right arrow key, the car goes forward, left arrow key, the car goes back. And again, I hold down the mouse and Duke spins around. And then finally, I'll add another actor, and this time I'll add the cat. And I'll click OK, and I'll position the cat up here. And I'll go to the code for the cat. And so the cat, I want it to move on every act method. But I'll throw in a conditional here. And I'll say, if I click the key, so if it's just the right arrow is clicked once, then I want it to turn. And I'll have it turn by 90 degrees, so to make a sharp turn. And then again, I will choose another conditional. And this one, I'll say if the key is clicked, and I'll go with left this time, then I want it to turn by -90. And I'll go ahead and hit run. And so when I come up, the cat immediately starts to turn, and when I do the right arrow button, the cat will turn right, and if I do the left arrow button, the cat turns left. So I can drive the cat around as it moves. So then finally, to make this a little more fun, I'll go back to Duke, and in Duke's main method, I want to tell it to go put the pen down. And then on every act method, I want it to set the pen color to random. Oops. Put that at the top here. So the first thing I'm going to do in its act method is set the pen color to random. So now when I hit play, it comes up. When I hold down the mouse, Duke will spin around, and each time it spins around, the pen will draw, and it'll draw in a different color. And so since Duke is moving and also turning, we get a circle. And then let's do the same thing for the cat. So I'll tell it to go pen down. And then I'll set the pen color to random at the beginning of its act method and click run. And so now, as the cat moves, he draws a line behind him. So we can actually draw with the cat. And as always, we can go back, and we've drawn our code here, but we can always switch over to Java code, and we can see the actual Java code that we created just by dragging and dropping in those pieces. So we can see our conditionals and our calls to those methods. And this has been a demo of the mouse and keyboard sensing and pen features in SnapCode.